Listen here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl, and that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it. Okay, and I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here. Okay, you put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey. Okay, your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin probably, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISOT down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey everybody, what's going on? How are we doing today on this good Monday? Listen, girl, listen. It's been a lot going on. I've been a tad bit under the weather, but then at the same time, having to go and celebrate the BFF's birthday yesterday. So we had such a good time. We went to the spa. It was much needed. But ultimately, that meant I had to miss out on giving you guys weekends on OWN yesterday. So it just pushed me back a little bit. So today we're going to do weekends on OWN. And I think tomorrow I can come to y'all for Salt Lake City and Love and Hip Hop and Jocelyn's Cabarets. Okay. So just push me back like a day. All right. Just so everybody's aware of what's going down. And I'm probably going to try to fit in the BondyBlue show because y'all know we're going to have to talk about everything that's going down. Everybody, any mama is pregnant right now, girl. Everybody. Okay. Rihanna's pregnant. We knew that though. You know, it was just like, when y'all gonna tell us? Because we already know, you know what I'm saying? We can see her face. Like, also, you know who else is pregnant? Y'all may not care, but Jessica Dime is pregnant. I saw some pictures of her. I was like, I don't remember her announcing a pregnancy, but she's pregnant. It's all in her face. You don't have to say a word. Then Judy and Jessica Dupart and the Brat are about to have a baby as well. Okay, so it's just like, all right, all you old hoes getting pregnant. Give me fate, you know. And also, we're definitely going to have a conversation about 2 of the documentaries. Well, actually, I want to talk about the Hugh Hefner one too, but that's still ongoing. But last night, baby, me and Lyric was glued to the TV watching the 4-part We Need to Talk About Cosby documentary that came on Showtime. Girl, girl. It's a lot. It's a lot. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say it's a lot. And when you think about how everything is connecting, like how celebrity, like how all of this shit connects, when I tell y'all predators protect other predators, that shit is so real. Y'all don't be listening to me. Okay. Yes, I know Nick Cannon is populating the world with his sperm further, leaving, broken homes all over the place. He likes to do that. Yeah. But when I tell y'all that Cosby documentary was so damn good, it really put things into perspective for me. I'ma say it really put things into perspective for me. And I'm sorry, y'all, but like y'all just gonna have to face it. Bill Cosby is a serial artist, like a serial graper. Okay. Like for real, like in a real way. Like if he were not famous, they would have arrested him years ago. Years ago, y'all. Like I know because I feel like even myself was feeling like, oh well, he wasn't like attacking. He was just like drugging them, and they were wanting to like no. When you watch the documentary, y'all, you really start to understand that for damn near every year of Bill Cosby's life, there's a woman saying he assaulted me for every year from like the 60s, late 60s, all the way up into the 2000s, you guys. There is literally somebody for every year. And the funny part about it is what I finally realized about Bill Cosby, and I promise we're going to get into it more in depth because I'm going to go back, rewatch it, and make notes. But the thing that I found crazy is that he really honed this persona that he was America's dad. Y'all, Bill Cosby at one point was like a suave, I Spy. When he had that show, he's suave and he's young. And then over time, he creates the dad thing. He's teaching us about race. He's teaching us about, things we should learn in school. Meanwhile, dropped out of 10th grade. Meanwhile, got a GED and did not finish at Temple University. Okay, a lot of perpetration going on with Bill Cosby, making everybody think he was a fucking Rhodes Scholar. He was not. The characters he played were Rhodes Scholars. It really looked like Bill Cosby was a comedian who knew how to show up in a way he was charismatic. He was charismatic and he latched on to the right people. He was funny. He was talented. But it definitely seemed like you got with Camille because the daddy and them had certain connections and all of that type. Like it just definitely felt like everything was manipulative about Bill Cosby. Everything was really manipulative about it. And when you really see it, like how he made us feel that way, like for real, y'all, the reason why everybody's having such a hard time with this is for decades, Bill Cosby has been training us to see him as a father figure. If you pay attention to the TV shows, like all of that, y'all, it's insane. He created this safety that made him a safe space for everybody. So when everybody's questioning these women about why would you go up there? Why would you go to his room? It's like it's Bill fucking Cosby. Like you don't think that he's going to do that to you. And even if he did it once, he convinced you that you just got drunk. So you're embarrassed. Y'all, all of these women had the same type of story where the first, like if he did it to them more than once, the first time he felt like, he would make them feel like, oh, they just got drunk and passed out. So the women would be like, oh my God, I embarrassed myself in front of Bill Cosby. But then he'll call and give them an opportunity to make up whatever they don't know really happened. Y'all. And when you know his relationship with Hugh Hefner, they were like this. You pay attention to the way Bill learned from Hugh Hefner how to get away with this shit over years. And then you pay attention to how R. Kelly set his shit up. in the exact same way that Hugh Hefner had his set up with the house and controlling the women in the rooms and all of that type of shit. Y'all, fascinating fucked up shit. Fascinating fucked up shit. But it just goes to show you how you really have no idea who these people are, because they really, really have the ability to only show you what they want you to see. And that's what Bill Cosby did, y'all. Like, don't even feel bad that you have a hard time dealing with that, because for decades, this nigga was like making us feel good about ourselves, grooming us. He literally groomed the public. It's amazing when you think about it, especially Black people. You know, he has the TV shows teaching you how amazing Black culture is, how we can be monoliths, how we go through things, but we're regular people. Even before the Cosby Show, he's on TV teaching the kids shit. I mean, literally honing this persona as the father figure, the father figure, the father figure. Y'all, it's insane. When you the Cosby, the himself comedy show that he did, his career was kind of going downhill because Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy, which were doing tougher comedy, were coming into their own at the time. So Bill did himself this 19 what was that, 19, I can't even remember, 83, 84, whatever. It was a comedy show. My dad used to love that fucking comedy show. I've seen that comedy show so many times. He used that comedy show, which went so well for him, to pitch Little Bill. That was on when we was kids. He pitched that Ghost Dad. Yes. He pitched the Cosby Show through his what you call him, through that comedy show. It was genius. Like, when you pay attention, y'all, he did not have Felicia Rashad fooled. He did not have her fooled. Everybody knew. Y'all, that's why you got to go watch it. You have to go watch it, because they talk about how people on set knew what was going on. But much like Hugh Hefner, you love bomb certain people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you show them the utmost respect, the utmost love. You go above and beyond to gain their loyalty, so that when things like this happen, there are people who are going to constantly say, I didn't experience that. That's not the Bill Cosby I knew. That's not the Bill Cosby that I thought I knew. Like, it's really a crazy manipulation. But it was fascinating. So if y'all get a chance to see it anywhere, check it out. But I'm definitely going to formulate my opinions and my notes, and we're going to talk about it on the channel. Y'all, it was insane. It was great though. Like, and talk about a documentary. That was a documentary. I don't know what the fuck Janet and them was doing. You know, I'm glad they had all that secret footage that Renee got, but ultimately that shit was boring to me. I fell, I was asleep the first time. I watched it again. I get excited about just looking at her because she's Janet and she kind of looks like my oldest sister to me. So, you know, and I like the baby voice and all of that, but she has a dark energy around her. And a lot of what they were doing was sugarcoating. It was like a Disney version of her life, if you ask me. There was a lot left out of the documentary. I really do think they thought, because they had all of this footage of her behind the scenes, that was going to suffice. But really, we needed you to be open and honest about your feelings about things instead of just giving us well, you know, this is what happened, you know, that's what they do, right? You know, I had to deal with it, you know, but I just kept pushing through, you know. Like, yo, I'm sorry. I'm gonna just go ahead and have to tell y'all that documentary was trash. Can I say it? I'm sorry. It was trash. But with all that saying, there's 353 of y'all in the room. Please like the video as you come in, because we're about to get into Weekends on. I just kind of wanted to talk to y'all for a second. Also, thank y'all so much for the support with the channel. I think I'm gonna do Ready to Love first, you guys, to get that out the way. But thank y'all so much for the support with the channel. Y'all know the website is coming out really, really soon, the end of this week. We're gonna have you guys go to the website and sign up so that I can make sure that I have all of you guys' emails and everything. So when, you know, we need to send y'all push notifications. We can send them to you. So this is whether you are a paid member of my website or not. I want y'all to go and sign up when I, give y'all the link, but we're not ready yet. But when we are, y'all got to be on that. Okay. And we're going to do like a flash sale where you get, you get in for the low, you get your membership for lower for a little while before it goes back up to the price that it will end up being, which is $5 for the baby blue tier and $10 for the royal blue tier. And that gets all of it, everything. And the lower tier only gets you the new stuff that comes out. So yeah. And we're going to be doing more lives over there and I can do more content, different types of content. We can actually do commentary on things that we can't do over here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really, really excited for it. And I hope, y'all will follow me over there, support what I'm doing over there. And, I'm super duper excited about it, you guys. It's going to also be in an app form for y'all. So I'm kind of low key proud of myself for going through with it. Because it was, a huge, it's another leap. You know what I'm saying? It's another leap. And so I feel like, oh wow, like you're really doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? you're really like doing this shit, like for real. Like, I essentially I be going with the flow with a lot of my life, y'all. But sometimes I surprise myself, and I am very like, okay, bitch, you better learn from life's terrible circumstances. Ain't snatching my livelihood from me again. Okay, that's ghetto. Anyway. Zelly Boo, thank you for the comment about this. Bondi, I know you're very busy, but did you catch the Little Black Book interview with Aisha? She spilled all the tea. Thank you for bringing it up. I saw it. Like, I saw that it was being done. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go back to it because, like, I had a lot going on. And then I go back to it, and it says 4 hours. It's some change. And I was just like, I'm going to watch it on double speed. And listen, you know what I'm saying, and see how it works out. But sometimes I just be feeling like I'm gonna wait for him to cut it up. I'm gonna wait for him to go back in and cut up those conversations. But I'm glad that she was spilling tea and it was a good conversation. I'll definitely go back and check it out, and maybe that's something we can talk about together later when I have more energy. And then I have a dentist appointment after this, so that's why I can't even give y'all more content today. On the top of the fact that, I'm not feeling myself, basically. Okay. The last 2 hours is the tea. Thank you for letting me know. I will definitely be listening to that. Yeah, he usually does have the chapters and all of that, so I'll check it out. All right, y'all. Child, she should have been tired of the interview. Talking to somebody for 4 hours for like, but listen, Linda, I'm not judging. I'm not gonna judge. Kojo does great over there. I'm just saying, like, I ain't got time for that shit. So let's go ahead and start off with Ready to Love, y'all. We have a whole new set of couples. We have a whole new set of people, but this time, 7 women, 7 men. Okay. And then they're sending 2 of them home the same night that they all meet each other. So let's start off in my notes, okay? I'm just going to read y'all my notes and then I'll expound. Y'all know how we do this, okay? Work with me, people. I'm drinking my coffee. I am trying to keep it all together for you guys, okay? Paul wants a woman he can put on a table, but she needs substance because he wants to find someone forever. Okay, so yes, Paul. Paul is second to last. I don't know if you guys can see him. He's second to last below Miss Tiffany here. He's giving, I'm a fool, and they're going to keep me because I'm a fool. Okay, that's what he was giving. Like, I just thought that was a very, a very red flag thing to say about how, I want to be able to toss her up And then I wanted to have substance, okay? Because I want to be with somebody forever. Then why the first thing we talking about is tossing hoes up? And we talking about being with them a little forever. Like, what? Yes, Paul equals Corey. It was very much giving that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was very much giving that, okay? So then we had Dakia. Dakia was the next to come into the house. Let's see. Dakia is right here. You know who she reminds me of? She reminds me of D Woods. Okay, that's what she reminds me of. She reminds me of D Woods and D Woods' sister that sing the rock music that I like so much on that One Wayne album. Okay. But yes, I liked her. I liked her energy. It was very grown and sexy. I was feeling her. She said she was vaxxed and waxed. Okay, and I guess that's the thing to say. I mean, I guess. Okay. Tiffany, the lady with pink on over here at the end. Y'all see her. Tiffany loves touched and to be touched. She's a Southern woman and she wants the man to bring home the bacon so she can cook it. I said, bitch, what is this? The Price is Right? What is this, a 50s game show? What the hell are we talking about here? Like, sometimes I feel like women come on these shows being just so unrealistic about what they can expect in some of these relationships, okay? Like, you're already taking care of yourself. What the fuck are we talking about? Like, I'm just saying, it's not like these women are like not working, and I'm just saying, like, you're already working. If you want to stop, I'm not judging you, but just something about it feels fairy tale and unrealistic whenever they come on these shows talking about, yes, I want a man that's gonna just let me stay at home and cook and clean and fuck him while he goes out in the world and brings home all of the food for me to cook it like it's 1955, even though I went to college and have been working for myself for years now. Like, how do you go from being independent in that way, to wanting somebody to like fully take control of your life? Like, that's just, I'm sorry, y'all, that's weird to me. And that's where I'm circling back around to the airport and I'm bringing it here to you. That is weird to me as a woman that has taken care of herself as long as I have been an adult. Okay, when I was 18 and went to college, my daddy was like, "You're on your own," sort of speak. I didn't really feel like I was out here by myself because I've always had family, but I paid my own bills. I made sure that I took care of my business, so I had places to live. I had a car, I had a cell phone, I had jobs, I paid bills. Okay, I went to school. Like, I took care of myself essentially in that way. So now that I am 30 years old, 33 years old, yes, I love the fact that my husband can give me money. It's amazing. It's a great feeling. But at the same time, I don't want to give up autonomy for it. Like, you feel me? Exactly. It's giving Florida Evans kitchen in the bedroom, and just old school mindset. Like, it is giving, yeah. I don't know how I feel about it. Thank you so much, Lisa Joyous, for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you for showing love in the chat today, y'all. It's greatly appreciated. But yes, and then the idea that all Southern women always have to think in this manner, or the fact that, what do women from the West Coast and the East Coast and up north not want men to take care of them as well? Like, it's just, I don't know, a lot of it I feel like is bullshit that we tell ourselves to romanticize, I'm sorry, racist, misogynistic ways of life. But we can go ahead and move on from there because we don't want to delve that deeply this soon. So then we got Wiley. Wiley comes in, former athlete. His walk up was hilarious. Like, listen, y'all, everybody has to do a walk up with the camera like right underneath them, which is annoying to me. Whoever does the camera work when they do this shot, I know he's probably a great photographer, but you be way too close sometimes. Back the fuck up and give them room to walk like regular or something. Like, the way they be all up here and the niggas be like nobody's looking up here while they walking. Like, that's just weird. Like, the one dude that got the walk up absolutely correct was Laverne. I said, Laverne's gonna be a motherfucking problem. Let me go ahead and tell y'all off rip, I feel like the first set of 3 men are going to be a problem. Like, I'm just saying, those first three. Clifton, first of all, they haven't had a nigga like Clifton on the show since the first season. I think Mike was the closest to a Clifton type nigga, okay? I mean, his beard had glitter in it. He was moisturized to the okay. He looks like one of those drug dealers that takes really good care of himself and his woman, and you love being with him. You know, they may cheat every now and again, but they side chick knows to be quiet because they turn into a monster and slap the fuck out of her. And then, you know, but they take really good care of you. They're really soft with you. You know what I'm saying? You can have anything. They don't play about you and the kids that you have together. Y'all understand what I'm saying? He's like, Clifton is romanticized thug nigga. I will break a nigga in half for messing with my old lady type nigga shit. Like I'm telling y'all, that's what people. Clifton looks like Mecca. Bruh, it is definitely giving. You not safe with this nigga, but you safe with this nigga. Like that's what it's giving. He's gonna be a problem. Then we got Laverne over here. Laverne is giving us Superman and Clark Kent. Because he come in here with his suit on, right? He's got his suit on. He's got his, you know, his glasses. And it's like, okay. But he's got swag. You know, he's sitting in a corner most of the night as the women filter in to come and talk to him. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a problem. He used to be a bodybuilder. This is going to be a problem. Okay. And then you got Demetrius here. I believe that's his name. Little chocolate drop right there. I honestly feel like he needs to cut his beard just a little bit, and I never say that, but I feel like it makes his face look smaller in some way. Because when he didn't have it, he has beautiful like bone structure. Nigga has like the perfect jawline and all of this. And I was like, I feel like that beard is covering up how magnificent his jawline is. So I feel like, yes, facial hair, beard, a little too much. Cut it back just a little bit so we can make out a little bit more of this jawline that you got going on, because it's magnificent. Okay, it's just a magnificent jawline. He's gonna be a problem. He was very much giving zaddy. Okay, and then we got the rest of the men that it's not giving what it's supposed to give exactly. Tori is a sweetheart. Tori was one of the guys that I felt in the middle, because even though I couldn't really gauge his sexual energy the way I did these men, I felt like he was also really good in conversation. Like he was having really great conversations with more than one woman, like listening and, you know, sharing in a way that I feel like, okay, I like him. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I put him in the middle. And then the rest of these men, you know, either they were clowns or didn't make that much of an impression on me so far. Okay. P.O. Clownery. Abby, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Bondi, I'm here for Cliff. He's giving big dick energy. He's going to be a big problem, and I like it. You know what I'm saying? We're excited for the sexual energy of it all. Thank you, Jamie Carter, for the super chat. Clifton, that's my type. Okay, my type, nigga, that's my type. Okay, obviously, I can understand that. I have me a big old... Listen, look, he may not come off as a drug dealer, but he comes off as somebody that you really don't want to get upset. Libras who be really nice, let them be nice, because when they get upset, it's not what you thought it was going to be. It's kind of scary. Okay, like when I tell y'all nobody wants Lyric to get upset, nobody wants Lyric to get upset. It's kind of like that. Like nobody wants it. It's not safe. Okay, so but I have an appreciation about that energy. Like, yes, I am a teddy bear, but I am also an extremely big nigga. Please do not play with me. You know, there's an energy of it. I love it. So yes, I definitely get the appeal of Clifton here. Okay. But let's go ahead and go back to my notes now that I'm done. Now that I'm done letting y'all know why these men are in this order, in that order. Okay, Fernando. Fernando down here at the end seems like a simp. He says that his ex cheated in their house, even went to swingers resorts without him. That hurt my feelings for him, but I also felt like, what were you doing? What were you doing while she was doing that? Were you allowing her to do that to you? Because see, these are the type of niggas that you know the girl ain't shit, but you get with her anyway. And you think if you give her everything that you can give her, that she's not going to be an asshole, but she's still an asshole. And you stay with her and allow for her to dog you out. And then you turn into, I hate all women. Now, I don't think that's the way Fernando is on exactly, but this is how the manosphere is created as far as I'm concerned. Niggas who take no responsibility for the part they play in looking like a simpleton. Okay? If you don't want to get played, as soon as somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Believe them. And you did not do that. Okay? So take a little accountability there. Your old girl was a hoe. That's no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? It happens. Like if you're going to swinger parties without your husband, bitch, you a hoe. Like you just out here being mean as fuck to that man. I was just like, that's fucked up. How you gonna, do that man like that? Break up with him. Don't just be out here. Cause to me, a woman that does some shit like that is grimy. Like I don't know how much like respect or love you could possibly have for a man to be out here living your life like that, leaving him at home. Like it was just messed up. But anyway, Keena down here, okay? Keena wants a man to lead so she can pull strings. I said, girl, you gonna scare all the niggas away. Okay, hey Shonda, thank you for the super chat. Clifton is my type of man. My husband is a big guy. Braun, yes. Okay, listen, a lot of us have big men's. Okay, listen. Anyway, so Keena was talking to Fernando, but she said his butt was too big for her. And I was just like, I didn't want to say I knew it, but there's a vibe. There's a vibe. There's a vibe. Like there's a country, like slew-footed, not that quick to understand, thick in the thighs and the ass, kind of country bred nigga. Like there is a such nigga as these. Okay, Fernando fits that. Fernando needs the sweetest, countryest bitch ever to look into his chocolatiness and find love there, as to not dog him out, because he is very much giving, that type of slew-footed, slow to draw the conclusion, may have, a little bit like Zeke type of like, who's slow, and I don't want to say that in a disrespectful way. I don't. But I just kind of feel like there is like a picture of a man that I'm imagining in my mind that Fernando kind of fits that bill of men I've seen in real life with that type of like, body type, attitude, mindset, the way they present themselves. Like I've seen him. I've seen Fernando before. Okay. I've also seen Keena before. And she's doing a lot. She's doing a lot. You know what you know what I'm saying? Like it's giving John Coffee. It's definitely giving John Coffee. Come on, Shay B. That's a really good one. That's a really, really good one. Shout out to you for that. So more couples arrive. Demetrius catches the eye of Precious. Y'all, Precious is one of the faves. Okay. Precious is giving this is Precious right here. Precious is number 2 right here. Precious is giving, I know what I want. I'm going after it. But I'm also dainty. I'm sexy. I'm smart. Okay. Like she's giving, I have it all. That's what she's giving. Precious is giving, I have it all. It's a lot of personality. Hold up, y'all. My camera. Yes. So Precious is giving a lot of personality. It's giving, I can take your man, but I'm classy based. Like it's just giving a lot of that. I think people are going to like her on the show, but we're going to wait and see, because she could be our Aisha for this season, because that's what it's feeling like that. The one that's kind of gonna play it cool until she puts a Jessica Rabbit thigh out and kills all the shit. Kind of, sort of. Anyway, so Demetrius was in the military, but he has swagger, and a lot of the ladies are feeling him. Okay, more singles arrive. Laverne arrives. Sabrina is another one that is going to be one of the women that a lot of the men like. Sabrina's number 3 here. Okay, she also has a list of things that she needs, and one of the main things she needs is for the man to love Black people, i.e., no Franks this season. That's no disrespect, Frank. But it's the stereotype that you fitted, it was the square peg that they were trying to fit into a triangle hole with you. That's what it all felt like. It feels like you're going to marry a white woman is what it feels like. So essentially, when she said that, that is what I thought, meaning do not have any black men on this show that aren't really interested in black women. And I feel like y'all have done that in the past. In my, besides Frank, I feel like there probably have been other men. But yes, Laverne was giving bodybuilder Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type shit, which makes me wonder what his demon time is like. Anyway, Tommy comes out and tells them that they are simplifying the process. Quality over quantity. 7 men, 7 women. 2 of them are going home that night. Fernando talks to Joy. Joy is number 1. Okay, I don't know which direction I'm pointing in right now, but Fernando talks to Joy, and he starts asking questions. Do you want kids? What do you do for a living? Where are you from? She says, be more. He says, okay, I'm from Old East. And she's like, but what does that prove? And I was like, what do you mean? What does that prove? He's letting you know that he's from like another area, but from Baltimore as well, right? Isn't that what he was saying? Like, I almost felt like her energy was really weird. Like she was trying to find the issue with him because she didn't like him. Like, I don't know if it was just me, but he was asking you regular questions that people would be asking at this point. Like, it was like, it felt like an interview. Like, I understand the women feeling like that, but ultimately, this is an interview. That's exactly what this is. Like, we can get to know each other later, deeper, but if you don't have, the criteria off rip, then what are we talking about? And I feel like the women annoy me with that because, oh, it's an interview. Oh, yeah, bitch, you need to be interviewing these niggas. What do you do for a living? Okay? What your bank account look like? What was your past relationships like? Yes, this needs to be an interview process. I don't know why that's a bad thing to ask questions. Like, I was so weirded out by that. That she was making that a big deal and all of that. And then she was, what does that prove? Like, it proves he's from Old East, bitch. I'm so confused. Like, you can tell they're still editing a lot of the conversations to the point that we end up being confused. But her energy was still weird to me. Like, I'm not interested in you, so I'm going to try to find issue with you, is what it was giving. It's what it was giving. So Keena talks to Wiley. Wiley is the younger one. Y'all, I think he's 3rd at the bottom. And he felt like she was a little too blunt. And normally he likes that, but she wasn't giving him any real energy. She felt like he was too young for her. And I'm like, why do you assume that he's too young for you? Like, is that off conversation or is that simply off of his age? I don't know. But she did give an energy that felt like she was trying to push men away. You know what I'm saying? More so than pulling them in. Keena said she was tired. Listen, she could have been tired. She should have went and sat her ass down somewhere. Since when does tired mean I'm going to go from couple to couple interrupting their conversations? That's not tired. So whatever she's saying now, I think that's bullshit. I think she might have been tipsy. But at the end of the day, girl, don't tell me you was tired. Because if you was really tired, you probably would have went and set your ass down somewhere. Versus going from couple to couple and interrupting their conversations. Like, what? Anyway, Sabrina and Demetrius have a moment. We find out that he was married for 3 years and he cheated. He felt like he was insecure, but he has gone to counseling. He's, gotten his shit together as far as, he's concerned in the moment. There's always one. We'll see. Okay, because y'all say y'all went to therapy and then y'all show up here acting like a fuck boy that's been ignoring all the tools he's been taught in therapy. So we'll wait and see. But I do like Demetrius' energy. Seems like a very calm, sure of himself type of guy. And I hope that that's like real, because I would hate to find out that he was bitch made. I would hate that because, previews, but we'll see. Anyway, he felt like he was insecure before going to counseling. She went through the same thing, getting married too young. She didn't know what she wanted either. She went to counseling as well. So Demetrius and Sabrina kind of clicked, okay? So Paul is talking to some of the women and he keeps saying that his name is P.O. And of course, a lot of the women are like, parole officer, nigga, what are we talking about? Post office? What are we saying? Post-op? What are all the P.O.s? What are we talking about? And I'm like, nigga, P.O. sounds too close to P.U. What are we talking about here? Okay. Then he talks to Ace. Okay, Ace, where is Ace? Okay, Ace is right here in the middle. Okay, this is Ace. He talks to Ace. And she says that she got a divorce after a year and a half. And he says that she didn't give it a chance. And she was turned off by that. You don't know me. Just because we didn't stay married longer than a year and a half doesn't mean that I didn't give the marriage a chance. But it reminds me of when men like Paul like to convince women that they should be, okay with more suffering in a relationship. That's what it sounded like to me. Like, oh, you didn't want to suffer for longer in that relationship? Like, what? Like, that was just such a grave misstep to say to her that, oh, so you didn't give it a chance. You don't know what happened in that relationship. That man could have had put his hands on her. That man could have cheated on her and gave her an STD. Like, you have no idea what could have happened in that year and a half for you to tell that woman that she did not give it a chance. To me, that's like something you say to a woman when you want to groom her moving forward, to second guess whenever she wants to take herself out of a toxic situation. Anyway, then he asked her, will she be running moving forward when things get tough? You see what I just said? Grooming her so that in the future she will question herself whenever she feels like it's time to take myself out of an uncomfortable situation. You're setting her up to rethink it so that she will stay in an uncomfortable situation if it's what you want. I'm sorry, I might be reading too deeply into it, but that's the way it came off to me. That's what's coming into my mind as I am thinking about the way he addressed her and how much of a turnoff that was. Okay, so when she shows that she didn't like the comment, he asked if she's intimidated by him. You are a man. You're a man. Since when do men ask women if they're intimidated? You listen. The only reason people ever say that to me in my mind is when you're in a heterosexual situation, meaning with a man and a woman, is when women question if men are intimidated by a woman's prowess or her attitude or her intelligence level, because you're expecting her to be down here and she shows up here. That is why someone would be intimidated. A man is expected to be up here. Like, a man is expected to be up here. So why would you ask her if she's intimidated? You're expected to be stronger. You're expected to be in control in some way. You know what I'm saying? You guys, hold on for a second. Okay, sorry, you guys. There's always something going on. So yes, I going back to what we were talking about, him saying, asking his lady if she was intimidated by him. What do y'all think? Because I thought that was just really weird. You're not reading too much into what Paul said to Ace. He was very rude to her. Okay, thank you. That's what I said. Okay, y'all give him 2 episodes. Many people don't even know how to date. No wonder they're single. I see a lot of them are analysts of some sort. Too much watching and not enough doing. I don't think he'll last long. I don't either. Paul looks like the generic version of Tom Joyner. Goodbye, sir. Not Tom Joyner. Oh my God. He was already at the bottom. I would be surprised if he lasts another episode. Paul can go. Yeah, he was problematic all the ways around for me. So moving on from him, Tori and Precious talk, okay? And he opens up about not having his mom show him any real affection because his mom was in the military and spent most of his life in Kuwait while his grandparents raised him. Precious says that she's been estranged from her mother for about 15 or 20 years now. She was raised by her aunt, and her aunt taught her that families don't have to be conventional in order to have love take place there. And I thought that was really like a real moment, their connection. Like that's what made me like Tori and Precious over here, like having that conversation about their parents and what they're missing. Like I love that moment, but it also reminded me of the moment that Sabrina and Walter had at the beginning of last season. And it just made me feel like don't go too deep into that dark night, girl, because these niggas will still end up disappointing you. Okay. So, yes, we can commiserate about the things we've gone through, but we don't need to take it to a place of this is the reason why I would date this man. It's because both of us have been through a traumatic situation with our parents. Yeah, that trauma bond is not good enough for a date. Y'all need to have something more than that. But the connecting of it and the openness of it is, I think, the allure for a woman, a man that will be honest about his feelings. But that can also be used against the woman, and men know that. So we'll have to wait and see how we feel about Tori. But so far, so good. So the women talk to Tommy. And basically, here are my notes from that because we're not about to go back and forth through all of these different sit downs. Dimitri is on the top. Demetrius and Clifton are on the top. Tiffany likes Wiley. Keena said Laverne is very interesting. Fernando is missing some type of umph. And PO is a turnoff. So eventually we all know, and that's because I put him at the end, as well as Keena, that Fernando gets sent home. Okay. So they go back to mingling. And Clifton and Joy end up booed up. They're the first two at the beginning. They ended up really liking each other, joking, having a good time. His beard was glistening in the moonlight. Tori and Tiffany talk. She has two sons and they want her to be happy. Tiffany is trying to not rush into anything, and Tori feels like, maybe she's in the friend zone. Okay, she's in the friend zone. So we know that Tiffany is going to be at the bottom because Wiley feels like she is friend zoned. And I don't know why. I don't know why we got the friend zone from that. But anyway, Laverne, as I explained, got him a little corner and the ladies were coming and going. Precious knows about his bodybuilding and wants him to help her too, which we all know means I want to fuck you. He says that he wants an alpha woman too, and they discuss and they vibe. So Precious has a great moment with Laverne, just as she had a great moment with Tori. So here comes Keena interrupting, okay? Clifton and Zakia finally get some time to talk alone, and here comes Keena interrupting. And she's not even trying to talk about what they're talking about, which is living on different islands. She's talking about living in fucking Houston. Talking about, I was just wanting somebody to give me a Tylenol. I was just tired. Then you should have went and laid your ass down somewhere. You should have went and found you a corner and took a nap. But why walk around interrupting people's conversations? I don't think it was you were tired as much as you might have been tipsy. And, you might just be one of them little messy women because you feel a little messy. Just a little, not a lot, but it give a little messy. So Tommy talks to the men. Sabrina is a top contender. Precious and Dakia are also at the top. Joy is another good one. Who's on the bottom? Keena and Ace and Tiffany. Okay. They said all Ace did was talk about yoga. She's a yogist. Okay. And Tiffany was also a turn off for some reason, but they ended up sending Keena home because she was doing the absolute most. And Keena was giving Ticia vibes. So it was like, oh, child, we didn't learn from the last time, okay? Any big busty bitch that feels like, she the shit to the point that she gonna give all these niggas stank attitude, we sending her home the first night. We're not gonna give her time to stick around and disseminate that nasty attitude date after date, because that's what it felt like with Ticia. Ticia can say whatever the fuck she want to say, but ma'am, your energy is salty. It's salty, bitch. It's salty. Real salty. Campbell soup, salty, okay? I don't drink no water. My tears and my sweat taste bitch salty. Okay, like, but this is a very interesting group. I want to say that it's a very interesting group. I think there are a lot of attractive people here. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we could possibly have some real connections and some real sexual chemistry. I'm more excited about this set of singles than I was last season. I'm also really, really glad that they lessened the amount of people because it just kind of seems like way too much. I like this. 7 women, 7 men. Well, now 6 women and 6 men. And they're probably about to start taping the next season. I wonder how long they're going to try to like do this constant go, 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 go with the way they shoot and, get ready for next season. But there is a lot of sexual energy. I feel like all of the women are beautiful. I feel like all of the men can, not for me, but I can see how they can be attractive to other women. So yeah, this is a cute little lineup. It's a cute little lineup. We appreciate y'all for doing better with the sexual chemistry amongst the people because last season we felt like, what are we here for? Why? Why? Okay. Why are you doing this to us? Pourquoi? Because what? Anyway, so yeah, what's next? Next is ladies that list. But before we move into ladies that list, can you guys do me a favor if you would so, oblige me? Okay. Are we ready? Them hoes is scary. All they do is talk that shit. Come on, be for real. Come on, tell me now, what's the deal? Listen, I really do need to get in somebody's studio. I really, really need to. Okay, what's going on? Yes, y'all can catch that playback. I love my playback crew. I appreciate y'all. I feel like they're going to bring in new people. I do. I feel like they're going to bring in new people because they have to keep some type of surprise. You know what I'm saying? They're annoying. Anyway, you guys, let's go ahead and get into Ladies Who List because Ladies Who List is becoming one of the top shows. Okay. But I'm going to tell y'all, as much as I like Keena, I'm going to just say this. A reality show on OWN is a reality show on OWN. A reality show is a reality show. It's never going to just be about business. You want something that's just about houses? You want something that's just about the business? Take your ass to HGTV. Magnolia. They just changed the DIY channel. Like, honestly, I think this show is better than Selling Tampa because I think that it has more genuine mess going on because these ladies actually know each other. Keena is right here. Okay, she's in the middle. And I'm enjoying this show. I actually like this show better than Selling Tampa. I feel like we didn't really get to see Selling Tampa was kind of like a little cute glaze over. This is a little bit deeper to me, this show. And I just don't like the fact that people act like they didn't know what they were signing up for. You know what I'm saying? They're acting like they didn't know what they were signing up for when they got on this show. And now they're above it. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I feel like it's because you're going to come out looking bad. So you need to denounce the show so you can denounce the depiction of yourself on the show. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Ayana. Apparently, Kiana is not pleased with her portrayal on the show. Exactly. But yes, this show to me feels way more genuine than Selling Tampa, even though I enjoyed both of them. I know I need to check out DJ Richie Sky's interview with Tiffany later on. I saw that he had an upcoming one, and I want to check that out. But I already like Tiffany. I like Tiffany. I like Tiana. I feel like when you can be the two women in the room that look at something and feel like it's fucked up and speak up and say that, I have respect for that. Because that's not easy to do. As you can see, I feel like there were moments where everybody was doing something in that fight scene that was problematic to me, except for Tiana and Tiffany. Crystal was antagonizing. Kiana was, actually relishing in the fact that this shit was going the way it was because she wanted this to be the outcome. She wanted all of the women to show up and shit on Robin. And that's what was happening. So as much as Kiana wants to act like, she is all about business, you were very happy to let that mess take place as long as you came out looking like, a good guy in the situation as far as I'm concerned. You were sitting there smug and giggling while they were getting into it. So I'm trying to understand why you feel as if you're above the mess when you literally showed up to this scene to be messy. You showing up so that everybody else can tell her no and you can relish in that moment is messy. That's not business. So miss me with the bullshit. Like, miss me with the bullshit. Okay. Now, you want to give your perspective on things. I appreciate that. I think a lot of the people who are on these shows should do exactly what Kiana is doing and get their ass online and talk about the show from their perspective. But I also feel like I see what I see. I felt that DJ Envy was correct in what he said about selling Tampa. This show highlights both real estate and drama in a good way. I don't think that he was. I don't think DJ Envy was correct. I think DJ Envy is a agent of chaos at the end of the day because they showed you houses. They were selling houses. The first episode, just because you didn't see them closing did not mean they were not selling houses. And also, just the fact that these women do real estate as a business is enough. They're showing homes, they have an office, you know that they're doing this work. They don't need to close every property that we see in order for the show to be successful, because that's not what the show is about. The show is about women, Black women, who just so happen to be in real estate and covering that. It's not about real estate. Because if it was all about real estate, we wouldn't be covering any of the drama with the women. We'd be covering drama with the people who are trying to purchase the houses. Okay? So to me, I really did feel like, you're just talking out the side of your ass, because anytime Black people do something, y'all want to make it seem like it's only about the drama when Black people are doing it and we're not paying attention to the work. Yes, we are. There's still Black women doing real estate. There are still Black women living in luxury at the end of the day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, give me a break with this shit. I don't give a fuck about if they sell the houses. They really do this for a living. We don't need to see them sell every house that, they show us on the show. Like, it's just not that deep. And I feel like people just always want to say something to undermine the work of Black women, whether they're Black people or not. Thank you, Courtney, for the super chat. Hey, Bondi, I'm looking forward to your website. I'm opening a business and I wonder if I'm doing the right thing. You inspiring and motivating me. Oh, thank you, Courtney. I'm glad I'm inspiring you. Keep pushing, sis. Thank you, Jillian, for the super chat. After Robin explained herself, I believed Robin. Q just had to have something to hold on to. She hinged this whole beef on a misunderstanding. We're going to get into my notes right now. So Robin and Q are having this conversation about her listings. And Robin says that she actually meant a $500 flat fee for all of the contracts that Q thought were, for all of the contracts. Q thought that she meant $500 for each contract. And then Q doesn't believe that this was just a misunderstanding. I don't believe that I heard differently. And Robin was like, no, honey, you goofed on that one. I meant $500 for a flat fee. Either way, you didn't follow up. So, you didn't want to understand. You were just upset that she probably wasn't doing it for free. And so you wanted to have a misunderstanding with her. You wanted to have a problem because it wasn't going the way you thought it was going to go. Robin says that she could have just called her and asked her, because she would have explained that she meant $500 flat fee. But Q's ego is in the way. Q says that she knows what she heard, and she heard $500 a contract. Robin makes her pinky swear that moving forward, they will be more communicative if there is an issue. And this is my thing with Q, because Q has been on YouTube, so I've been listening to what she has to say. I really do feel like Q wants to have a problem with Robin. I really, really do. Because the way she talks about her, it's like, I'm not bothered. I have my own businesses, but I would never work with her. I don't want to work with her. I can't know. You know what I'm saying? And then on this last one, she kept talking about how Robin assaulted Crystal when she smacked her hand. And yes, she did. She absolutely did. And we all know that Robin, as a grown woman, needs to learn how to handle her anger better than that. That does not mean that Crystal is exempt of responsibility. And that also does not mean that Robin is supposed to be put in jail for smacking her friend's hand. Like, you're trying to make it bigger than it is because she has to be a bigger bad guy in order for you to feel like you're still coming out smelling like a rose. Like, that's what it feels like. It feels like deflect. Yeah, y'all may not like how I'm acting on the show, but see, go look at her. She's smacking people. Why are y'all not mad about that? Don't gaslight me. Don't tell me what to be upset about. Okay? We can say that Robin was out of pocket while also recognizing that there were mental and emotional things at play that Robin was not privy to when she was having this response. Robin did not know that Crystal went around having conversations with everybody beforehand, and Crystal knew that you had an issue with her. Crystal knew that you were coming there to shit on her. And while it was happening, Crystal did not have her back. Y'all had said y'all were going to table y'all conversation, and you brought it up again to almost help the situation with Kira and her losing her shit over being unfollowed. Y'all were trying to antagonize Robin. And when Robin blew her shit, it's like, oh, look at her. Look at how she assaulted her. Just look at that. Oh my God. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We can see, and we can see that yes, Robin was wrong for the way she handled the situation, but so were y'all. So were y'all. Okay? And to be honest, I feel like most people understand where Robin is coming from because she's being upfront versus the playing in our faces that we feel like is happening with Crystal and Q. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm just saying that's how everybody's feeling. Robin is being real. Robin is being honest. Missteps or not, y'all are being manipulative and trying to make yourselves out to be a certain way, almost at her detriment. You know, and I think a lot of us who are watching are like, yeah, no, that didn't feel right. That didn't feel good what y'all did to Robin. Yeah, Robin is doing a lot right now, but no, that didn't feel good. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like Q wants to have a problem with Robin. And it is what it is, you know? But it almost felt like, damn, you almost feel like, girl, did she flirt with your husband or something? Because you just, the animosity that I feel like I see from her, even on her YouTube videos. Fuck the show. On the YouTube videos, that's just a lot of like vitriol towards Robin. And I'm hoping that I'll see why. Because I don't see it right now. Right now, I'm just like, why are you this upset? Thank you, Shinjay. Q pride is in the way. She harbored on anger for Robin for over a year. And when proven wrong, she's finding somewhere else to place that anger. Thank you, Shinjay. And that is very much what it seems like. Robin is a user. As soon as her client wanted to invest, she's ready to flip on her idea to collab. Is that how that happened? Is that how that happened? I'm confused. That's not how I thought that happened. But we'll talk about it. Anyway, so moving on. Tiana's client, Michael, wants to sell that condo that we saw last episode that he put way too much money in Midtown Atlanta. He wants 2.5 for it. Nobody's going to pay 2.5 for that condo in Atlanta right now because there's a lot of construction going on. So once it's built up and the property value, hold up. Yeah, so nobody wants to spend 2.5 million in Midtown Atlanta while construction is going on. That's just what it is. Once that construction is finished and the property value in that area goes up, he can possibly sell it for 2.5. But for right now, he needs to Airbnb it. He needs to rent it out to his rich friends, like whatever you can do to make money off of it. But the idea that this small ass apartment in the middle of Atlanta was going to sell for 2.5 is ridiculous. It doesn't matter how much of your design is involved. In Atlanta, people are moving there for space. They're moving there for space. They're not moving to Atlanta for a pillbox apartment that costs $2.5 million when they can go and get them a whole fucking mansion for $2.5 million or less. They can get way more. So it was just kind of like, yeah, I'm a millionaire. Okay. So I saw the time. Anyway, so Crystal Q and Kira meet up. They talk about how much they dislike Robin. Kira called Robin immature, and I was just like, girl, really? She says, I just feel like Robin could have handled herself much better, being that she is older. And I was just like, girl, you're going to keep bringing up that age differentiation. Is that the only thing you have to stand on? Is that you feel better about yourself because you're younger? Like, you also have less experience. You also have less maturity. You also don't know how to handle conflict yourself without making it so personal and then responding like a teenager, turning your back on people and being disrespectful and saying you're going to shit on them over an unfollow on Instagram. It's giving teenager. It's giving teenager, Kira, but okay, yeah, Robin's the immature one in this situation for sure. So Q says that she and Robin met up and talked and they squashed their beef. And Crystal seems bothered because she hasn't talked to Robin since the fight. And that's supposed to be her best friend. Y'all, Crystal and the way she is possessive of Robin as a friend and referring to her as, she's my best friend, it's very weird, you guys. We're adults. That shit is weird as fuck. I'm just telling y'all, as an adult, you shouldn't actually be expressing this type of jealousy out loud. And Crystal's like actually expressing this type of jealousy out loud, which gives spoiled ass brat. It screams spoiled ass brat. Okay. Like the fact that you even feel like you can vocalize like your jealousy sometimes is just ridiculous to me. Like, pull it together, Crystal. You're doing a lot. Okay. So Crystal is condescending in the confessional, saying that she needs to find another word for triggered. And they continue to say it over and over again in this conversation, which I was kind of like, so what, do y'all just know Robin's going to watch the episode and be triggered by hearing y'all say the word triggered over and over again? Oh my God, y'all need to find another word. And they continue to say it, like I said, over and over again. Q brings up that she talked to Tiffany and she was also triggered because she felt like she would have gotten her friend out of that situation instead of yelling trigger at her over and over again, which made me feel like Q very much recognized that what Crystal was doing in that moment was fucked up. I think Q recognized it in that moment. Okay, but she's not going to vocalize that because she also has beef with Robin. You know what I'm saying? But now that they have squashed it, so to speak, she can now reiterate Tiffany's feelings about how Crystal was wrong. Okay. Crystal's now angry and says that, you don't know Robin and you don't know me. You're not her friend. You can't tell me I was wrong for the way I handled her. Y'all, it's insane to me that Crystal feels like because someone doesn't have the same type of bond with Robin that you do, that they can't recognize you being disrespectful and gaslighting Robin in a moment where everyone is present. Girl, if I have eyes and ears and overall understanding of a situation, I can have an opinion whether I'm friends with you, whether I'm friends with her or not, especially when this conversation included us all. This wasn't a conversation that y'all were having to yourselves. Crystal was very bothered by the fact that Tiffany felt that she was wrong. And I also felt like, girl, how dare you get that upset? Like, is it just me, y'all, that just kind of feels like Crystal is giving brat? Like anytime somebody disagrees with her or feels like she's wrong for the way she handles Robin, it's almost like, how dare you? You know what I'm saying? Bitch, what you mean? What you mean, bitch? Anyway, why do people bring up age? Several women are not insecure about age. It's not going to get to them. Robin looks good and doing well in business at her age. Girl, listen, I can't wait till I'm a big fine 40. Okay, listen. But moving on from there, Crystal says that Tiffany needs to stay in her lane. So Robin goes to meet with her client, Carlos, who just gave his condo to another real estate agent after he and Robin got into it. And she's going to his house to get the listing back. He ditched her. Okay, so they had to reschedule. You can tell that they have a friendship because she be cursing him out and talking to him in a way that I think other people might find disrespectful. But because they have this friendship, it's not what we think it is. Also, I don't know where that man was from, but that man was giving New Orleans nigga vibes to me. And if you know anything about New Orleans niggas, like they talk to each other real bad and there's no real beef there. Like, I don't know what that's about, but that's how it be. But she FaceTimes him and they argue about how the new real estate agent he's using is using Robin's video to promote his house. And Robin says that they have a real estate marriage and he's cheating on her. And she wants him to fire the other real estate agent immediately. They decide to go to dinner later on and have a conversation about it. Okay. But yeah, y'all tell me what y'all felt about Robin in this situation with Carlos. So Robin meets with Carlos later on asking about the penthouse listing that he gave away. He said he sold it. He sold it for $2.275 million, all cash, no inspections, anything. Carlos tells her that she's great, but she has to learn how to eat shit. And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I've been in this business for 17 years. I've already ate shit. Okay, which I understood. Like, honestly, I felt like that was some misogynistic bullshit. Like, as a woman, she's supposed to be okay with you doing fugazi, disrespectful shit, because she's a woman. Because if she was a man, then she wouldn't have to go through this process with you of eating shit. Like, y'all, was it just me? Y'all let me know how y'all felt about that scene. But he announces that he is going to give her all of his listings and he's about to purchase a new space and that will be hers as well. So they're definitely going back into business together. Carlos and Robin are special friends. Yeah, like they was fucking. It felt that way. It definitely felt like we used to fuck. So Tiana and Tiffany meet up at the park to work out. Y'all, I have to hurry up because I have to get out of here in like 10 minutes. Okay, so Tiana and Tiffany meet up at the park to work out and they talk about Tiffany's event that she is not inviting Crystal to because her energy was messed up. Tiffany likes Robin and thinks that she's just a victim of circumstance. Tiana shares that her parents were on drugs, so she understands too. About how Robin probably had to fend for herself. I like the conversations that I see Tiana and Tiffany having, especially as it pertains to them commiserating on how life has treated them as women, but how they've still been able to rise above it. I really do enjoy their in-depth conversations in a way that I don't normally enjoy those types of conversations on shows. I don't know if it's just me. Kiara and Tiffany go to see a house they sold after it was renovated. The homeowner is the owner of a big trucking company, and they threw him a party for the closing. The house is amazing, you guys. He changed so many things. The house was like, beautifully done, marble all over the place. I was like, damn, if I hear about this one more time, am I gonna have to get into the trucking business? I don't want to, but I feel like I should. Anyway, Alex wants to buy his mama a house. And he's asking Kira to help him with that. So now Kira has a new gig because of this gig that we got to see the finalized product of. It was a very beautiful house. Yes, it did feel like Carlos' assistant was rude as fuck. I thought I was tripping. So it wasn't just me. Okay. Like she was jealous or something like that because Robin was just like walking in like she was that bitch. And it's like, girl, you are just one of many. Anyway, so you are just one of many. Kira goes to Crystal's office and they have a 5-star lunch. They are both getting out of 4 to 5 year relationships, so they commiserate on how these niggas ain't shit. And Crystal wants Kira to consider giving some of her clients to Crystal instead of giving all of her clients to Tiffany. So you're basically trying to woo Kira away from Tiffany. I was just like, that's fucked up. Like, that's who that lady worked with. And on one hand, I totally do understand where Crystal is coming from when she says, come on, like we can all share. There's enough business to go around. That's true. But when you think about the fact that Robin was trying to bring everybody together, when you think about the fact that you're now upset with Tiffany because Tiffany said that you were wrong, it now seems like you're doing that on purpose to harm Tiffany because Tiffany said you were wrong with the way that you handled your friend Robin. Like, that's what it seems like to me. And that's really fucked up and low vibrational, Crystal. You need to step your cookies up because that was just petty as fuck. So Tiffany has a party for the opening of her law firm. Very dope. Tiffany gets on the mic and cries about how thankful she is for everyone who has been supporting her through all of the ups and downs. And after they talk, Kira tells Tiffany about her lunch with Crystal. And Tiffany says, you're trying to compete, not collaborate. Who does that? We like, girl, an old messy ass bitch named Crystal. Robin comes over to take pictures with everybody, and Kira is acting stank. She doesn't want to get in the picture. She takes the picture, but she takes the picture fucked up. Like Robin is right on the edge of the picture and she's not focusing it. She just cha 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 and then, gave her the phone back. And Robin was like, well, won't you get in a picture and I'll take a picture of you with them? And she was like, no, that's okay. That's okay. It was like, Kira, you are annoying as fuck. Like, all of this over Instagram, bitch. Like, you're a child. Anyway, like the way she's handling the situation, you're a child. Robin and Q talk alone. And they talk about how Crystal said that she called Robin, but Robin says that she has not called her. Lying to Q, acting like she's being a better friend than she was. Robin says that Crystal only became her friend to make sure that she wasn't hunching on her ex-boyfriend. And it's like, Robin, why would you form a friendship with a woman who you know was only trying to be your friend because she wanted to make sure you weren't fucking her man? Robin feels like Crystal is Miss Congeniality sorority girl, but she's not loyal at all. And Q mentions that Robin put her hands on Crystal and she needs to look at that from Crystal's point of view. And Robin isn't very apologetic about it, I don't think, even though I believe that she has her reasons, but you still can't go around touching people and you know that. Even if you notice that Crystal was more on Kira's side and Robin, I'm sorry. Even if you notice that Crystal was more on Kira's side than Robin's side. And then they start talking about Kira acting. Okay, yeah. So Q was basically telling her that she should recognize she was wrong regardless of how Crystal was acting in that moment, even though Crystal was being two-faced. Okay. Q says that they need to have a conversation talking about Robin and Kira because Robin was like, why is she acting like an asshole? And, it's just like, well, you should talk to her then. So she was like, all right, Kira, come over here, little girl. Let's talk then, okay? And then the episode goes off, and I feel like they're gonna have some type of confrontation when they talk. To be honest with you guys, but I'm really loving the show. I still like Robin. Like, I feel like we're supposed to see her as the villain at some point, and I'm still liking her. I do not like Kira. Q is giving messy as fuck. I really do feel like Crystal and Q are kind of giving two-faced vibes, but I'm gonna let it go for now. We're gonna just keep watching before we fully form the opinion. Crystal is so shady. I swear she did that right before her grand opening on purpose to ruin the vibe. Kira got all those split ends to worry about, actually. Ooh. How can you stay mad at Robin when she clearly tries to be the bigger person? Kira was childish. She is. With the stank face. I'm like, you're not making yourself look good walking around with the stank face. She out here looking for a man. She giving me pick me vibes. I hope them arguing doesn't ruin Tiffany's event either. I would rather look for a man than fight with these petty betties. Robin gang. Team Robin, Tiana, and Tiffany. It's giving that. It's giving. Bondi, how can we help you get to 100K? Just tell your people about me. Share me to everybody. Share my videos on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. Make sure y'all are subscribed. Make sure y'all tell people about me. And just come back and support. Do that. But we on our way. I'm almost at 92, so we're getting there. So I appreciate everybody that wants so badly to help. But y'all just keep sharing me. Keep putting me all over the place. That always helps. But like I told y'all, I got a dentist appointment to go get to. So I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for coming through. And I will see y'all later. Okay? Have a good rest of y'all day.